Ah, that was nice accordion. But we can't keep that running forever and ever. Today I made myself a jar of coffee. This. I keep it. I will drink it. And I hope that this time around I can keep the talking ongoing. For every problem there is a solution. Given time, as I stated in the beginning, in the first video, I think it's a good way to define how we solve a problem. I was a little bit quick in the previous video, giving you only time. It will solve itself. No, I'm not. I'm not that cheap. I think every problem that have deep impact on the psyche, on how we reflect, is doing something. But you see, I think it's also important to bear in mind that when we experience something very detrimental or something that is breaking us down, there is an experience on that. We in fact need the experience as to understand the way how to solve and undergo our problems, our situations. You see, I have this kind of a interest that something that we experience. I have had these chargers, not mobile but battery chargers, either for old cameras or batteries that are rechargeable. We fix the problem with the batteries that have gone flat, that we need to recharge. And a part of the many problems that we may have is because we are so wasted, we are so drained and can't cope with our life's situation, that we need some time to recharge. And I have asked many people, how do you recharge yourself so that you can solve, come through to your best? And I met a lady back many years ago, and she stated something that I liked the lady, but I didn't like what she said. She said that as a random word. In fact, it wasn't, but it stuck in me. This thing that she said was, I wasn't lucky. I wasn't happy. As if life should be all about being happy. I couldn't really understand how she could be that spoiled and not taking responsibility of if she were undergoing something that was hard. Maybe people generally say that this is not for me. Okay, it's not for you. But can you really pick and choose? As someone said to me, we pick our friends very keenly. Obviously that wasn't me, and I felt rejected when that was spoken. But I didn't go so far with the personal thing, but if you are that keenly about picking your friends, is it really friends? Why are you so picky? Of course, among many friends you can regard as friends, you can in fact end up with just a few that you really feel that are close to you. But that is just a random fact. That happens because you gain experience over years. You can't know in advance how naive, how those statements that I refer to is how naive people are regarding what they want in life. I can't really fathom or understand. I can't really understand. But I had this interest in my life when I experienced some issues, practical issues that are broken. I tried to dig deep into it in order to fix it, weld it, or I knew that vinegar is good solution for batteries that have been spoiling the connectors. The vinegar is really breaking this rust away. It's a solution. We say on different fluids it's a solution. It's a mixture of something. It's a solution. And maybe how to view your problems. How can we fix our problems? Maybe it is out of this solution. A mixture of intellect, experience and wisdom, and maybe by other people contributing to your well-being. So how can you pick and choose? How can you define other people in advance before you know them? Who to be your friend, closest friend? I bet that gained over years, that you come to understand that those people are loyal to you. Because it seems that those people that say certain things like that, they are not my friends. They are not even close to me. Maybe because they have not chosen me to be their closest friend. Those that state such a thing. I think it gives itself about friends and friendship that someone you can talk openly with, and that gives you absolution. It's kind of a word that is interesting, because what is absolution? We can Google it. What is absolution? Okay, we are not going there, but what I had in mind was what gives. You see, when crime is committed, there is something called we solve. We give grace to those that can't really solve their own problem. So what I stated in the first video was that if you judge, if you are blaming, if you are really the one that is blaming, there is no solution. To blame either yourself or others, it doesn't give solution. As far as it can give meaning and then solution. If my blame is out of anger, that wouldn't be a solution. And only to pick someone to blame maybe not be the right thing to do, because then you just need that kind of a excuse to not be part of the problem that can be solved. That is a major issue. So when I admired my brother because he seems to be very smart about fixing problems, or finding out what to do. That kind of inspired me. Something needed to be thought through in order to fix the problem. And if you have some problems, you need to be fixed. You need to understand what the problem really is. Where did the problem start? I was trying myself as a car mechanic, and when a car went into the garage to be fixed, they needed people that were bright enough to find why, what noise it was and why the noise appeared. You can't fix the noise, just change the bearing, just maybe switch the engine part or the whole engine or whatever, just maybe even change the car. But that didn't solve the problem in that case. So if you have a problem, you don't switch out the whole life you have. You are in total denial or rejection of your life. That it shouldn't be like that. I'm not happy with me like that. That seems not to be solving anything. And that is that could be that seems to be going nowhere. To change the whole maybe it is damaged. So why did that become damaged? Is a right thing to ask. Maybe the wheel wasn't in adjustment. We need to find how to adjust the wheel so that it doesn't break other things than it did before. So maybe if we experience some problems that we undergo because seems to be repeating itself, exactly when I meet those people in that situation and things happen again and again. So in order to understand, you can ask around. You can be humble enough to get some feedback. Of course, time will change everything. The seeds that are planted in the soil seems to have a problem breaking out, but it just needs time to be moist, soft, and then break through. That's how it's done. Into more profound case, give it time. And as my mother said, give it time. Within few days or weeks, things will be different. When you grow up, you will view this as something very different than how you experienced it now. And I say to my friends more often that this is happening today. You come to me today. I'm happy for that, but I can't solve your problem. But you can give it time. Because next day, and if you have a flat battery, you experience it even more, even harder. Sometimes we need a friend in life to let us understand that patience is maybe the most important thing. You don't sit down and wait, but you let the course solve it. How you want to deal with it in different ways. Sometimes we need to put it totally away in order to give it a space within both time and emotionally attachment. That's how I view it.